Hey there, book lover. We've got an exciting book to share with you, and hopefully by the end of this trailer, you'll be so intrigued that you'll add it to your own doctoral candidate bookshelf queue. It's Daniel Pink's book, Drive, the surprising truth about what motivates us, starting with its key ideas.
What motivates us? Is it intrinsic or extrinsic reward? Survival? Honestly, think about it. What truly motivates you? Is it the feeling of just doing good or knowing that at the first of the month you will receive an additional $1,000 in your account? Well, before we can get into what motivation truly looks like for us, we have to first take a look into the past at some of our old motivational operating systems. According to Pink, in our very early days, 50,000 years ago, the underlying assumption about human behavior was simple and true. We were trying to survive, scrambling for the bushes when predators approached, or going out and hunting when our bellies were empty. That drive to survive guided most of our behavior, which we'll call Motivation 1.0. However, Motivation 1.0 did not last long. Humans are more than the sum of our biological urges, and Pink states that drive matters, but it didn't fully account for who we were. We also have a second drive to seek reward and avoid punishment, and at that point, our motivational operating system evolved into Motivation 2.0. What is Motivation 2.0? Motivation 2.0 harnesses that second drive that was essential to economic progress around the world. Motivation 2.0 relies on the notion that you simply reward the behavior you seek and punish the behavior you discourage, and that people respond rationally to these external forces, which in return means that both the individual and the system would flourish. We thought the way to improve performance, increase productivity, and encourage excellence is to reward the good and punish the bad. Now think about that for a second. Does that truly work? Pink suggests that in the end, if we operate under Motivation 2.0 operational system, that we are no different from livestock. The way to get us motivated is to dangle a piece of juicy carrot in front of us or wield a sharper stick behind us. Motivation 2.0 relies on the carrot and stick approach, aka punishment and reward. Pink lists 7 reasons why the carrot and stick approach does not work. Now we could go into detail about each 7, but I'll just give you all the cliff notes. Motivation 2.0, aka the punish and reward approach, diminishes intrinsic motivation, performance, and creativity. The carrot and stick approach narrows our focus and neglects the ingredients of genuine motivation. Don't believe me? Just Google the Sawyer effect. Now, Pink is not saying that Motivation 2.0 is always wrong. In some contexts, it could be beneficial. But as time goes along, we are finding out that it's time to upgrade our motivational operating system again.
Pink believes that intrinsic motivation is built on 3 things, which are discussed in part 2 of the book. These are autonomy, mastery, and purpose. First is autonomy. Pink describes the 4 T's of autonomy, which are picking the task, the time, the technique, and the team. In a study on an investment bank, managers who offered what was deemed as autonomy support, which included feedback, choice, and encouragement, had higher job satisfaction and performance. Pink also states in recent behavioral science studies, autonomy promotes conceptual understanding, better grades, persistence in school and sports, productivity, reduces burnout, and promotes greater well-being. Next is mastery. Progress in our work, but also our ability to do the work, aids in our inner drive. Pink describes these as Goldilocks tasks, which are not too hard, but not too easy. And third is purpose. Pink says that our motivation is driven by connecting to a cause larger than ourselves. He states people can be inspired to meet stretch goals and tackle impossible challenges if they care about the outcome. Let's look at a simplified application. Pink points out how children play and explore. Every individual has an inner drive that is evident in childhood. So this task involves Legos, a Lego activity for kids. The first was autonomy. What happens when you have complete control over what you're doing? The task given: build a BattleBot team with your Lego pieces. You can use as many as you want and build whatever you want, as long as you have 3 bots. Imagine having some level of autonomy at work. What types of new projects would be born? What type of profit margins would be introduced? What about job satisfaction?
This is my team captain bot.
Next step was mastery. Progress in our work, but also the ability to do the work. So for this, each kid was given a twist that needed to be incorporated into their build. The 6-year-old needed to build a flipper bot that could join his team or be added to an existing bot, whereas the 4-year-old needed to incorporate every color of the rainbow onto a build or a new build. And finally, we have purpose. So why are we doing this? We need deeper answers and a personal connection. The purpose of this activity was to practice speech target words for the week, including colors and tongue movements at the beginning of particular numbers.
Red, white, and pink, blue, purple, blue, orange, and red, and yellow.
Think about work and what instilling this sense of autonomy, mastery, and purpose could do for your employees.
So, what can Pink do for you? Let's build on that example activity and talk about additional application. Pink offers the third section of his book as a toolkit of exercises and strategies for ways to improve your autonomy, mastery, and purpose. We know that carrots and sticks don't work for the new motivation, so he suggests running a flow test. When is the last time you were in flow when you were at work? Well, this could be one way to help you get unstuck in work and in life.
Did it? Thank you. Okay.
Pink wants us to ask ourselves the big question, meaning, what is your one sentence? How would you describe yourself if you could only use just a few words? Pink also talks about how you can use examples of deliberate practice so you can keep trying until you can set and achieve new goals that you've made for yourself.
Oh my gosh!
Are you still struggling to think about your own autonomy, mastery, and purpose? Pink suggests that as you fall asleep at night, think, was I better today than yesterday? Next, Pink says it's time for us to take a hard look in the mirror as leaders. So, do you relish control or do you relinquish control? He gives many concrete examples as strategies for your organization, and he says that once you've identified your motivation through autonomy, mastery, and purpose, you can help the members of your organization have more meaningful work. Pink also gives specific ideas for parents, school leaders, teachers. He says that redoubling emphasis on standardization and bribes for compliance from our students is only creating type X people, the ones that are extrinsically motivated. Our goal is to help our students and children on their path towards mastery. So parents and teachers, you want to know how to handle chores, allowances, how to offer praise, assign grades, and how to help your kids become intrinsically motivated through understanding relevance? Well, you'll have to read the book, of course. Next, Pink offers an example of the homework test, and this works for your children, students, your subordinates. First, you need to ask yourself, am I offering autonomy to this person? Second, is this novel? Is it new and different to him or her? And third, does the student understand the purpose of the assignment? If so, you really can change homework into home learning. So to conclude Pink's key ideas and applications we've shown you, we'll leave you with the basic idea of extrinsic and intrinsic motivation. And in Pink's terms, in a world full of X's and I's, which one are you? Thank you for watching our book trailer teaser about Daniel Pink's book, Drive. We really enjoyed this book because it's made us all rethink our roles as leaders and educators, and we hope you're intrigued enough to pick up the book and read it for yourselves.
You don't have to take my word for it.
Michelle Toma did not approve this cameo.